What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. I'm taking a small break from the Xyz Festival. Right, it's not only the overlay universe grinding gyms, there's a physical card game and prices are still changing, and I'm still a YouTuber and not just a duelist in the online world. I want to shout out Tapio Cards real quick before we start though. Code What'sGood5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly works on the site, and this is very fond memories for me. Years ago, Robert Boyajian got me a little Monkey D. Luffy rubber keychain, and I put it on my keyring till it eventually broke off. It's still on my work desk to this day, and you never know what a small gift like that might actually mean to somebody else. And I also love that Tapio didn't do only the waifus. You got the Melfi Brigade over here, you also have Flunderies, you got the trio, and then of course waifus, which will sell. You got Apollosa, Masquerena, Ray, and Rose, super affordable, all around 12 to 13 bucks. And then the live twin entire 5 keyrings as a set are 50, knocking them down just a bit, and they are super cute. So maybe get your guy at locals that stares at his Starlight Apollosa a little too hard a keychain, or closer friends and yourself. Code What'sGood5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly. Now, looking around the market, Soul Servant is going up in price rapidly, and that's because people don't want to wait months on end. We talked about both Blue Eyes and Dark Magician support, that this would probably happen, and that, well, you might want to get it even if it's expensive, and probably not try to get in the resale range, but boy, are they moving, because look, Master Duel has people on nostalgia levels like never before. Blue Eyes and Dark Magician decks, yes, they're pretty exciting. Are they taking over the meta? Absolutely not. Do they probably have reprints in less than half a year at this point? Yes, in Legendary Duelist Season 3, but it's such a key card to the deck. Soul Servant can't be understated for the hand-fixing advantage abilities, and with Illusion of Chaos, it does really elevate the deck, but it's not like it's taking over. Also, the hero stuff keeps getting new announcements. Well, Liquid Soldier, consistently up. Sunrise, low on quantities and going up in prices. People try to call what's gonna miss Legendary Duel Season 3. I don't think these guys would be missing. If anything, it's a head scratcher on if Magician Souls will or will not make it in alongside after them saying a double dose of Jaden in the description. But again, it's Konami. Anything could happen. And I also do want to shout out Konami over on the Master Duel side of things real quick. 3 for 3 on super quick fixes within 24 hour, either addressing or fixing issues. First, with the rank up gyms and people being dissatisfied and saying, well, we could just rank down and get extra. Then you had the exploiters trying to glitch the system and cheat. And now you also have the exploit in the Xyz Festival where they're like, okay, you earned this for winning now. 3 for 3 on actually doing something in 24 hours. That's a new side of Konami we haven't seen. Can we get them over in charge of the physical card game also, please? Red Rose Dragon, the ultra rare, is going for its regular ultra. Again, that color gimmick of purple, blue, green, not doing so hot, but I do see why this is going up. The adventure engine likes to synchro, and we hit on that a little. I did not think it would be this big though. They're making Herald, not the ritual if you've been a Master Duel a ton, but the synchro, which is a negation and acts kind of like a bit of a macro and that kind of stuff. Really good to end up putting on a board with DPE and other stuff like, you know, synchro bosses, if you will, or other end pieces. And with this engine, you also do see Rox Rose Super Rare getting bought out and low on quantities and shooting up in price. It's only $2 right now, but saying only for a super rare Lightning Underdrive. Thirsty for value. And then also Basil Rose Shoot has a super rare in OTS 17, and it is getting bought out right now within the little plant-like engine that is getting played. Well, I should say dragon more than plant. I'm just so engraved to say plant whenever I see a black rose, right? Also, Draco Sack tokens getting bought out today is the big point and laugh moment for a lot of people. There are legacy formats. Dragon Ruler is one of the most popular, and it is interesting that the Mega Raptor has always been the most liked token rather than the Draco Sack token, but looking through this and comparing it to the Ray buyout, it's not a 1-for-1 for the Sky Striker Ace token buyout, right? Like this, I get why people went for it. It's super expensive over in the OCG. In fact, it could have been people selling it over there with the mix of Imperial Order is banned Crab Brave, but when we're looking at these tokens overall, this is OTS 9. OTS 9 was shorted and it got replaced by OTS 5, and a lot of people forget that one, and then you have 3 different tokens split up. This is people trying to hedge bets, see what people don't have a lot of, and also make something for the long term, because people do like seeking this one out for Dragon Ruler format. And the MPB players, we know from the stream, we abbreviate it MPB if you're a true Mecha Fan and Beast player. I warned about this one on a previous Market Watch that it seemed to be going up in price out of quantities, and Selena is continuing that trend and going even further. It's just so versatile for different decks, especially if you're playing Halka Fibrax, and a really good card in general to have. Battle of Chaos, our newest set that really has tanked on most fronts, has one interesting conversation to me, and that's the Dinomorphia Theresa. Now, we'll never replace the Dragon Maids being the eternal rivals on Market Watch, but the fact that the secret was bought out, 6.9, nice, and is still trying to stick above $10 after initially being like 6, 7, and people are trying to hype this deck up for future releases, which it will get some future support, but will not be breaking the metagame or anything. For the secret to be one of the top 5 cards in price, yet the Starlight to be the bottom Starlight with no drive at all, again, screams to me how empty this buyout is and how you should be cautionary around this archetype. But waifus, they sometimes defy gravity, sure. Just keep that in mind right now, this little snapshot of the least demanded Starlight in terms of price versus people really trying to push it down here where it's affordable for everybody and there's a ton more copies. Interesting that the big boys aren't biting on it at all. Also, Flunderies, the Advent, is sticking around $15. I pointed this one out early as an $8 card during pre-sales. Like, I think that's going to be a little more. Some as low as $6, and I do think this is a great card to have in your arsenal overall. And Tamias for the casual bait, $8. I don't know what it is, but Tamias cards do so well on the market long term. I have a feeling this one will get a rarity upgrade in this year's Mega Tens, but we'll have to see if Konami actually has their eye on that or not. I would love a Secret Rare actually to match Secret Rare Eye of Tamias. Grand Creators, we see that Water Enchantress and Rite of Armasir is going up further in price and lower on quantities. This engine's pretty much everywhere in the metagame, which we knew it would be. It's already been hit in the OCG that early, so we'll see how it deals with ban list fears, although we'll update the ban list when we feel like it is on the ban list page now, isn't it? So that'll be interesting to see how that phrasing also plays into the market later on. But right now, people really are on this engine, and things around it are what's going up on the market around the metagame. Next up, we have Medolce Salon. This is what happens when a fan favorite card misses the Megatons or archetype / reprint. This card is so needed for Medolce's. I've been seeing this deck so much over in Master Duel, and I feel like the deck, it's one of those ones that always could just surprise a tournament, like Cyber Dragons, like Infernoids, Medolces are up there, but it struggles so much with its ability to have a going first board, even though you have going first plays, versus what the rest of the meta can output. What do you guys think about Medolces and this buyout? Is it just, yes, it's missed the Megatons, fan favorite deck? I think that's about it, except there is that actual playability factor to it. And finally, we have a little bit of a product announcement today, which has me looking back to the Speed Duel Battle City box, Speed Duel GX Midterm Paradox, with Paradox Brothers and other things announced within here. So pre-built decks for Jaden Yuki, Cyrus, Bastion, and Paradox Brothers. And with this, you also see them going for the chase model of 4 of 12 secret rares per box, yet this is only $16, so it's kind of replacing one of our little special edition things like Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 when we look at the MSRP. I think it's super interesting that Speed Duels is getting more than a once-a-year update this year, that they're playing into another product, and this is what I want to see a lot more of if you're not going to give us Rush Duels. But with names like GX, long term for these products might do well. Oh yeah, also we saw that there were officially announced the secret rare Dasher, which was in those emails that were overlooked by Time Wizard formats leak and stuff, right? I believe Secret Dasher was already announced all the way back then, but it's a $30 MSRP product for the GX Speed Duel box. And there's also Ojama King, Flame Wingman, Floodgate Trap Hole, Book of Moon, and Sphere Kuribo secret rare. Not quite as good as Battle City so far. Some stars in there, but we'll see how it continues to develop for that box. I think the Speed Duel sealed special boxes have done very well, and we'll see how they continue to do and craft them. But Dasher, it already has a super rare coming in OTS pack, a bit weird champ at that double down move, but at least you don't have to enter into a format you don't care about in a $30 MSRP box to get a upgrade on Dasher. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation, the changes, everything that's happening, and check out Tapio cards if you liked these keychains. I really like them too, and I think I'm actually going to ask for a few for personal and giveaway. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you tonight on the live stream, 7 o'clock Central.